Herman Hallett here with your next 4-minute drill for traders. In the last couple of 4-minute drills, we've talked about how to read the emotions in a market and how to use that read to our advantage as disciplined traders. Now, there are a number of great ways to read what a chart is telling us about emotions, especially the emotions of the undisciplined trader, including what we've been covering, candlestick formations and what candlestick formations tell us. And we've talked briefly about the hammer and doji candlestick formations, but today I'd like to talk in more general terms about what candlesticks can tell us, and more specifically about shadows or tails as they call them. As you can recall, if you see the top of this chart here, a candle bar is made up of the open, point 1 in this diagram, and the close, point 2, and the upper and lower shadows or tails. What I'd like to point out today is the significance of long tails, no matter where they occur on the chart. I interpret tails as pent-up emotions, the building up of emotional tension within the trader, a place where the undisciplined trader will start to get nervous and start to panic, and a place where the disciplined trader gets to exercise his or her power of patience to act as the chart is telling us to act, not act out of fear or panic. Now, the more long tails I see, here's a little cluster I drew, the more long tails I see, the more potential I see to earn money. Okay, here's the thing. When you see long tails lining up, what you're looking at are trades in a specific time period, whatever the time period are, that are outside of the open and closing range, outside the real body. In the case of a long tail above the real body, this means that anyone who bought in the tail area is losing, and anyone who bought during the top of the tail is under the most pressure. Okay? If the following bar after the first long tail shows a similar formation, for example, the trader who bought in the long tail area of the first bar got a reprieve for a short time and then boom, was brought right back down into the losing position. This starts an emotional roller coaster for the undisciplined trader, and if the next bar starts to move lower, you're going to see weak traders starting to bail out. I believe that this is the kind of analysis that is integral to being a good scalper, or in the case of a long-term trader, long-term time frame bars, good identifying areas to take profits or establish positions. Now, the market is made up of humans, some who are in control of their emotions and most who are not, where the undisciplined feed the accounts of the disciplined. Now, after you finish viewing this 4-minute drill, take a look at a chart and look for where you see long-term, those long tails gathering, okay? What you'll notice the majority of time is that if the series of long tails are above the real body, then the market will start to take on a bearish tone, a bearish motion. And if you see a grouping of long tails below the real body, you'll see the market starting to rise. Just the opposite. It may take a few bars, but as you watch the action of the long tails, you'll start to see what I mean. I'm in the middle of putting together a formal presentation on how to interpret the emotions in the market via chart formations and how the disciplined trader can take advantage of the undisciplined trader. But I need to know if there's an audience out there for this. This kind of information is something you don't hear about much, but it is very effective. Now, to lay out the basics of how I read emotions in the chart, I have to present it in at least a 90-minute webinar, and you'll have to pay for it. It's not much, maybe $97 or some low price like that. So please comment on 2 things if you would. Do you find this kind of analysis interesting? 1. And do you think it would help you be a better trader? And 2nd, would you like me to put this material together in a paid webinar? Something formal so that you can start grabbing money from the undisciplined trader. Please let me know. I am excited about showing you this material in a more formal setting with handouts, etc., if you're interested. So let me know. Okay, that's it for this edition of 4-minute drill for traders. So until next week, see how excited I am? Stay disciplined.